Hi everyone, Onita here. Welcome back to my awkward little booktube channel. And I have 12 books that I want to read in the month of February. Well, we'll see if we can get to the 12th one, but I've got a lot of books to read. January did not go as I planned it would, and I want to catch up as much as I possibly can. As we know, February is the month of love, so I do have some romance books I do want to read. But before we get into those romance books and what I plan on doing with that, there is one must-read book that I must read, obviously, and it is a new release book, a 2022 release book, coming out on the 9th of February, The Very Last List of Vivian Walker by Megan Albany. This seems to be a bit of a hard-hitting contemporary because the premise, the synopsis for the book is that Vivian Walker has cancer and she is dying from cancer, and her family don't want her to do anything. Because she has this cancer, they just want her to do nothing. They just want her to do nothing, rest as much as she possibly can, and let her family take care of everything else. She writes this list, Vivian Walker writes this list, and the list is like a love letter to the mundane things in life. I'm assuming that this is going to be quite a sad book, and it may make me cry. I don't entirely know yet. I am a little more emotional these days, so it may make me cry. I'm assuming she will eventually pass away by the end of this book, and it's just, like I said, a love letter to the mundane things in life. For the romance books, I am planning to do 2 parts to a romance reading vlog. The first part will consist of, so I have a mixture of, actually I think a lot of these books are actually quite hyped romance books. So the first part of it I want to read Get a Life Chloe Brown, Want to Watch, and You and Me on Vacation. So Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert is a romance, contemporary romance. Chloe is involved in this accident, this car accident. I think she only gets run over by a car or something like that. And from that incident, she ends up getting a chronic illness from that incident, I believe. And she writes down this list of things that she wants to have to get a life. And then lists the help of the superintendent in this apartment building by the name of Red to help her with this list and help her complete the list, you know. There are some things like having enjoyable sex, and that is the only thing I can remember. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's just this list of all the things that she wants to do, and she wants to live. She doesn't want to let her chronic illness rule her life, basically. I'm assuming that's what it's about. I then have Want to Watch. So we follow a plus-sized female character by the name of, I can't even remember, but she is a fashion blogger, and she watches this bachelorette kind of thing, bachelorette kind of show, and she realizes there are no plus-sized women in this show. So she makes a big fuss about it, and it catches the eye of a producer for the show, and they say, hey, why don't you come onto the show and we will try to knock down the stereotypes of women that we have in this kind of show. It's obviously about love, it's a romance. I'm not sure if she will find it on a show like that. It's all about breaking down stereotypes for the bachelorette kind of scene, kind of scenario. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, I'm not gonna lie. You and Me on Vacation. Okay, this is kind of confusing me a little bit, the synopsis for it, because it is about 2 best friends that were best friends since they met each other in college. They go on this vacation together once a year, I believe it is. But then something happens to their relationship and they hardly ever speak. I think that happened 10 years ago or something like that. So we get alternating timelines between their vacation when they were friends and kind of what happened for them to not become friends anymore. It's this slow burn romance. I think it's a friends to lovers kind of trope, and we do eventually get to see what happened between these 2 characters to make them not be friends again. But there is one last vacation to make things right. For part 2 of my romance reading vlog, I think this is more of the very incredibly hyped romance books. So we have The Love Hypothesis, The Hating Game, and The Kiss Quotient. The Love Hypothesis, I don't know too much about it. I think it's a fake dating trope, something to do with science, I believe. I kind of want to just go into this one blindly and not know too much about it. But there is another book coming out by this author, and it's called Love on the Brain. If I enjoy this one, I may want to read that one as well. The Hating Game. I've heard a lot of good things about this one. A lot of people seem to really love this book, and it is about two people who work in the same company, and both of them are wanting this promotion. And love, hate to love, enemies to lovers. I'm kind of liking that trope, I'm realizing, and I hope I really enjoy this one. The last book for part 2 of the reading romance reading vlog I plan on doing is the Kiss Quotient. But this is a bit of a question mark because I don't really know if I will get around to it. But I have noticed in the past that reading romance, or that romance books in general, are actually pretty quick reads for me. This one is about an autistic woman who is having trouble finding love. She's very smart in maths. I think her parents want grandchildren, like her parents are pushing her, find love, get a boyfriend, yada da da. And she enlists the help of a male escort to help her with finding love, because I think she's been out of the dating game for quite a while. And also, these books written by Helen Huang, a lot of people say they are quite hard-hitting. And I don't know how I feel about my romances being hard-hitting. I usually like them, well, I don't even know how I like them. This is like my second year reading romance, so I don't really entirely know how I would like my romance books. We will see if I enjoy the hard-hitting aspects of it instead of just expecting romance books to be all airy-fairy and lovey-dovey. Now onto my regular TBR. The first book for my regular TBR is Dune Messiah, book 2 in the Dune Chronicles. This one takes place 12 years after the events that happened in Dune, and I know that the other books in the rest of the series have large time jumps. This series is about Paul Atreides as his family come into the possession of the planet Arrakis, which is said to have this, oh my god, what is it called? This blue substance. This, oh my god, what is it called again? Oh, the spice. It's called the spice. There's this, if you control the spice on this planet Arrakis, you control the galaxy, like the universe. And Paul Atreides' family have come into possession of this. But the Harkonnens are not happy about that because they have had the monopoly of the galaxy because they've had ownership of this planet for so long, and they don't like it, and they tried to attempt this assassination on Leto Atreides, who is Paul's father, and Paul himself, and like their family, so they can get back what they think was rightfully theirs. I was actually quite impressed with how much I actually understood of the first Dune book, because it is quite a hard sci-fi instead of just like the light sci-fi that I usually tend to read recently. I'm hoping I enjoy the second one because I have the whole other series I want to read by the end of this year. This is the shortest one, so it should not take me long. I think I saw it was under 300 pages. It was just under. I then plan to read the entirety of the Binti Trilogy by Nnedi Okorafor, a book I have been wanting to read since I was like a teenager, like a young teenager. These are short little novella books. I think all of them are under 200 pages long. It's sci-fi. It's about Binti, and she is the first of the Himba people to ever be offered a place at Umza University, the finest institution of higher learning in the galaxy. For her to accept the offer, she has to give up her place in her family and travel between the stars to this university where people may not always be accepting of her race, of her culture, and her customs. Knowledge comes at a cost, one that Binti is willing to pay, but her journey will not be easy. The world she seeks to enter has long warred with the Meduse, an alien race that has become the stuff of nightmares. Umza University has wronged the Meduse, and Binti's stellar travel will bring her within their deadly reach. If Binti hopes to survive the legacy of a war not of her making, she will need both the gifts of her people and the wisdom enshrined within the university itself. But first, she has to make it there alive. I'm excited about this one. I really am. And like I had said, I have been wanting to read this book for quite some time. I'm hoping it's going to be quite a quick book to read. And it's a trilogy. Like, it's a novella trilogy. I can easily get this done within a weekend, hopefully. And if I have time, that's if I have time, and a big if and a big question mark at that, I will choose another book from a must-reads list. I don't want to go through the must-reads list because I have already done a video of that, so I will link that down below in the description if you want to check that out. Thank you very much for watching. As you can see, I have a very full plate of books I really want to get to reading. I hope I can read these 12 books, I really do. February last year was a good month for me for reading as well. So hopefully I can keep that trend happening, having February be a really good reading month for me. Let me know down below what you're planning on reading in the month of February. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!